Welcome to Eagle Field, the home of the Pensacola Christian College Eagles. Tonight's game is between the Freed-Hardman University Lions and your Pensacola Christian College Eagles. Tonight's sports medicine coverage is provided by the Andrews Institute and Baptist Healthcare, the official sports medicine provider for Pensacola Christian College. Starting tonight for Freed-Hardman. Number 1, Eduardo Almensa. Number 3, Hugo Luca. Number 5, Joao Pedro. Number 6, Ciabata Tsimane. Number 7, Avery Fleener. Number 8, Thabang Machaka. Number 9, Javier Pereira. Number 10, Thabo Mahala. Number 11, Noah Setterberg. Number 30, Vincent Georgie. And number 32, Julian Rouyer. The Lions are led by Coach Jason Elliott. And now the starting lineup for your Pensacola Christian College Eagles. A senior from Trenton, Georgia, number 1, Bryce Hammond. A sophomore from San Antonio, Texas, number 5, Jamison Jones. A senior from Conway, Arkansas, number 8, Chase Hawkins. A senior from Madeira, Portugal, number 9, Lorenzo Gonçalves. A senior from Sao Paulo, Brazil, number 10, Giovanni Pauliello. A freshman from Pensacola, Florida, number 11, Jackson Clark. A junior from Reading, Pennsylvania, number 16, Reed Rhodes. A junior from Vadrul, Haiti, number 18, Jacob Bundy. A senior from Gilbert, Arizona, number 22, Dakota Barkas. And a freshman from Araxa, Minas Gerais, Brazil, number 30, Boaz da Silva. The Eagles are led by head coach Joe Liwaz, with assistant coaches Mateus Canada and Clint Peterson. At this time, please stand for prayer, followed by the national anthem. Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for the many blessings you've given us. I pray that you'd keep both teams safe in the field and help us to play to your honor and your glory. Keep the weather off and help us to be able to play to your honor. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. The National Christian College Athletic Association is committed to the true spirit of competition and upholding the 4 core values of the game plan for life: love, integrity, faith, and excellence. We ask that each participant, official, and spectator join us in exhibiting these Christ-like characteristics and help create a positive environment in which to enjoy today's competition.
Go Eagles!
8:03 is the time, 76 degrees is the temperature, and 7 miles per hour is the wind chill. And a great day for Eagle soccer. Welcome fans from home. Joining us here late, 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern time, for a matchup between our Pensacola Christian College Eagles and the Lions from Hendersonville, Tennessee, from Freed-Hardman University. Alvin Chapman is on the call alongside with national champion from the 2023 season, Caden Brink. Caden, great to have you beside me this evening.
Thanks for having me, Big Al. Thanks for having me, Big Al. Allowing me to come out.
Absolutely. What a game that we have here so far. As this match continues to unfold, the Pensacola Christian College Eagles, the last time we came here and had a matchup, great ball delivered there from Jackson Clark, actually, but it almost seems like a pedal.
That field is not
No, absolutely. Yeah, when fans at home, we're having a little bit of audio difficulties, so we're just going to go ahead and pause real quick. The visual will still be going. We just want to make sure we get a chance to hear Caden Brink, our color commentator. So our voices will pause just here momentarily. And the first goal goes through there for the Lions. Sorry for the technical difficulties there with the audio.
Are we?
Hayden,
Are
can
we?
you hear me?
Oh, we're back.
Oh, we are back there, brother. Let's
We
go
are
ahead and
definitely
adjust
back.
our
Yeah.
audio here as the Lions get a first and early goal here. Wasn't able to see who put that in at all.
I did not see that.
No, absolutely. Just because of the audio difficulties we're having here, but we're very, first of all, super grateful for the past couple years of the guys that control the cameras, control the sounds here, and provide the quality of a broadcast that we have here at the college. Extremely grateful for those guys.
Very
But
much.
you can hear me, Caden,
I can hear you.
and I can hear you.
Hey, that's a
Awesome.
good thing,
There we
man.
go. Now, just 5 minutes into this match, the Eagles trail 1-0. Wasn't able to see the goal, but no matter whether you see the goal or not, that's not a situation the Eagles want to be in at all.
Definitely not, man. But the fields are going to be make for some interesting skips on the ball, so it's going to be hard to control. But we got to adjust and see what we can do here with a 1-0 down right now. So
Deficit now 1-0 in favor of the Lions. They are 7-2-2 on the year with their most impressive year, them being a Mid-South NAIA school against a Division II program, Trevecca Nazarene. They won that matchup 4-3 with their top goal scorer as well. So knock it in 2 goals. 2 goals in that matchup. That's Mulaha. Tabaho Mulaha with 8 goals on this season. 2 in that matchup against a very impressive Trevecca Nazarene school. Brink, the Eagles now in a situation where they're looking to equalize very early in this matchup.
yes, very different situation from what was it, last week that
Oh,
we
yeah,
had a home
absolutely.
game. You know, we were up 2-0, and this is definitely a very different feel to it. You know, start the game really early down, but
And I
Oh,
think we
my word.
equalize. Oh, man.
who is
Lorenzo Gonçalves.
Reed
Actually,
Rhodes?
no, that's Reed Rhodes there on the score. He goes to hug his brother, Ramont Rhodes, catching that in the camera shot. But just like that, the Eagles equalize very quickly, just 2 minutes after the Lions get on the board.
Like I said, man, this field condition is going to cause an interesting game today. A weird bounce off the ground. It kind of just rolled, and the keeper didn't know what to do with it.
Oh,
But
absolutely. It
we
almost
took
seemed,
advantage.
It almost seemed like the ball almost skipped like throwing rocks.
He didn't
in a
even know
river.
where it was going, it
No,
seemed
absolutely.
like.
But Reed Rhodes getting another goal to his name. And now we're at an equalized number of 1-1. But in soccer, practically 0-0.
Pretty much.
Yellow card assessed here on the floor.
Was it for the goalkeeper?
Yeah, possibly some miscommunication there between the center midfielder and the keeper. But Matthias Lee with a foot on that one, rather ahead on that ball. But early offense so far in this matchup. Wow, quite impressive. Controlled here by Pensacola. Hawkins playing in his first home game of the year. Jamison Jones. Now the ball circulated and controlled by the Lions. That was Muchaka. And now the ball on the foot of number 10, Tabaho Mulaha. And we mentioned the field conditions is going to make a very interesting match before us. We see Jacob Bundy nearly lose his footing there.
It's going to be interesting to see. I think this is the first home game that the Eagles switched up their lineup. Now they're playing 3-5-2, 3 center back position, and it already looks like Freed-Hardman is taking advantage of the open space on the end line. So it'll be interesting to see how we're going to react and reposition ourselves to control that.
Yes, you mentioned a 3-5-2 formation here for Pensacola Christian, which means a very heavy midfield. The offense looks the same, but that back line, depending on who's back there, can be in a very interesting situation.
Yeah, playing a 3 center back, it leaves those outside gaps pretty open. So
great ball played to the corner. Now drop back. An open opportunity for points and wide left. That was number 8, Fabang Machaka on the shot. Rather, number 3, Hugo Luca. Pauliello with the run on the ball. Hawkins will play it long. Great pressure there applied by Lorenzo Gonçalves. Now the Lions will work it up the sideline. Intercepted by Jamison Jones. Now the ball on the foot of Jacob Bundy. Bundy with the move. Loses his defender. An attempt to go middle to Jones. A shove in the back there, recognized by the center official. That one once again by number 3, the last person to take a shot for the Lions, Hugo Luca. Now taking the free kick opportunity here for Pensacola Christian. That's Boaz De Silva, standing at 6'8", playing the center back position here for Pensacola. Ball draped down the sideline to Rhodes. And another foul assessed there by the center official. A lot of theatrics here, even on the Jamison Jones foul assessed on him. Yeah, he was shoved in the back, but he flew pretty quickly.
You don't have much
due to slippery fields here.
Slippery fields, yep.
What are you seeing here from both teams? Our early offense, as we see, as we mentioned, Chase Hawkins gets an assist. His first assist at a home game, delivers to Reed Rhodes. And we weren't able to see who scored that first goal as well for the Lions. Let me just go ahead and get that for you guys as well.
Good defensive position by Jacob Bundy, using his body to possess the ball.
That was Noah Setterberg with the goal for the Lions. And a switching of fields here. Bundy with the intended target being Clark. And great recovery there by the Eagles. Jamison Jones will work the sideline. Jones stopped in his track and nearly loses his footing again. We mentioned the conditions of the field. A lot of rain earlier throughout the day.
It rained all day, man. I'm just grateful that we have beautiful weather for the start of the game. Maybe a little slippery, but you know, no rain.
Yeah, as we saw, an 8:03 tip-off for this match. Normally games are about 6:30 to 7 o'clock, an hour later for the start of this game. I don't know about you, Brink, but on a Friday night at this time, I'm probably in bed. Great play on the ball. Plenty of space to operate as well. That was number 8, Fabang Machaka. But he loses his footing as well. And now a corner kick opportunity for the Lions. Gets played short. Pass inside, gets past the defense, and Hammond gets a hand on it. That was Sabata Simane. De Silva with the long ball intended to Jones. Can he get a hand on it? He does!
Ooh.
Just misses it. And he loses his footing once again.
Yeah, that could be a dangerous ball with these types of field conditions, you know. Play one over the top, catch them their footing not in a good place.
And here's the thing, it looks quite hard to play on from here, and we're about 100 yards away from the field. Imagine running on net. Some people may need to get new cleats after this match.
New jerseys, for that matter.
Clark gets it intercepted away by the Lions defense. That was number 5, Joao Pedro, with a foot on it. Miscue by Clark. Hawkins with a header. And Clark with a great switching of fields finds Rhodes. Pass on target, Rhodes with the run on the ball. And it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing this game is going to be trying to control the game, keep possession with the ball moving slowly and kind of unpredictable. It's going to be hard to keep the ball on your side. So I think that's going to be the deciding factor of this game is who can control the ball the most.
Clark with a run on the ball. And a great slide tackle as well to prevent number 6, Sebastian Simane, from converting offensively. Jones with applied pressure. And a foul as well. Javier Marie drawing the contact and the whistle. And a long ball played towards the left wing. Great ball played, taken away by De Silva. The Lions playing very quick soccer here, Caden.
Yeah. They have a good pace going right now. Playing pretty direct, but still possessing well.
Cleared up the sideline and remains in bounds. Here's Hawkins with a turn into open space. Bundy back to Hawkins. Weak pass to him. Has to clear it. Played to Clark. And another stoppage there by the center official. What were you seeing there, Caden?
Not a whole lot, just a little stabbing, but looks like this center ref is pretty consistently trying to control this game, keep it from getting out of hand. So
yeah, it's good he's setting the tone of the game early.
yeah, he sets it early, and the boys just got to adjust and realize that that's how he calls it. So hopefully we can kind of.
Ball played, intercepted by Hawkins. Now on the defensive line and cycled by the Lions. Delivered middle, met by Gonsalves. The center official stopping the play as well, assessing another penalty. Fortunately, there's not a specific limit on the penalties you get from the officials unless he draws his card out, very fortunately.
Yeah, well, if you start racking him up, he starts noticing. And
oh, absolutely.
good retention of possession as we get the ball out of A dangerous position.
Great turn there by Barkas. Delivers it to Gonsalves. Jones on a run, controls it. Goes backwards. But we mentioned one thing that's good about progressive soccer is not just forcing the ball down the field, but using all of the field to get to the goal.
Exactly. It's about keeping the ball in your possession. If you don't have the ball, you can't score a goal. So
Absolutely.
waiting for your opportunities, waiting for them to make a mistake.
Says if we throw an opportunity here for the Eagles, here's Rhodes. Goes to Jones. Back to Rhodes. Rhodes gets it intercepted, and the possession switches in favor of the Lions as well. As we mentioned, 7-mile-per-hour winds in tonight's matchup. And from this high elevation, we can totally feel it here, Caden.
Yes, we can. It's a good breeze.
Here's a counterattack opportunity here quickly by the Lions. Ball on the foot of number 5. Joao Pedro. Samani gets it intercepted by Clark. Long ball played and collected by Matthias Lee. Off to De Silva. Great set piece opportunity there for the Lions, but unable to convert on the right side of the field. Kane, was that an error there on the field? Was that just
Probably
miscommunication there?
miscommunication.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing possibly.
Yeah, they just weren't on the same wavelength. Sometimes it becomes so instinctual. You just play a ball when you see it, and you don't even assess where your teammate's going.
Road will drop it back. The Eagles' last game was in Greenville, South Carolina, against Bob Jones University, where they suffered a very disappointing loss, 3-1. Now an opportunity in the box. Hawkins hits the turf. And I believe a corner kick opportunity in favor for Pensacola. The last time we were here, Chris Martinez got his first goal of his career off a simple corner kick opportunity. We've seen a lot of corner kick opportunities turn into goals this season for Pensacola, especially at home. Lenko Gonsalves got one as well in the first home game of the year for his first goal of the season. Hawkins with a short kick. That one gets batted back by the defense. Okay, and I don't know in your time playing if you were a guy that was assessed to do corner kicks, but if you were a person that was normally your task, normally it's given to the attacking midfielder, where is your preference for placing the ball on a corner kick?
See, I was always oh, here's a good breakaway. No, I was saying I was usually on the other end, heading the ball in, but I like it to be served in that back post, kind of running on from outside. It's a great opportunity to get get the keepers cheating up a little bit.
Okay, understand.
Find the backside.
Yeah, I've heard that as a preference. I've also heard as a preference finding the tallest player on a team and trying to aim the ball towards his direction and trying to give him an opportunity to put the goal in and having a guy
or the most aggressive, you know.
Or,
he
yeah,
doesn't have
absolutely.
to be the tallest, but
No, absolutely. I mean, there's so many different, I guess, preferences that you have towards corner kicks. But when you get a chance to score in a corner kick opportunity, not a lot of time gets to elapse on the clock, and it's almost like a set-piece opportunity where you get a chance to score.
You get everything is under your control. You know, you get to set it up how you want, and the other team doesn't know what's coming. So
yeah, Caden, I'm a big basketball guy, and so one thing that I tend to do is I tend to relate things in soccer to basketball.
Okay.
And I love relating corner kick opportunities to like baseline or sideline out of bounds plays, maybe like a stack formation or a box formation,
Exactly, yep.
where you get a chance to dictate what you want the defense to do, if you want to say. And it's all
Exactly.
really depending on how the pass gets delivered.
Everything's set up the way you want, so usually it's a pretty big advantage.
It's almost like corner kicks are an opportunity to have your cake and also eat it too.
I like that. Not a big cake guy, though.
Eduardo Almanza, the freshman goalkeeper with the collection. Here's Hawkins. Nearly loses possession. And a stoppage of time here by the center official. That was a collision by Chase Hawkins.
Yeah, it might have been a rolled ankle or something.
Very unfortunate. You mentioned the conditions of the field today, especially with the latter rain that we have been receiving. Let's take a short break as the medical coverage comes to aid this here injury. Drop ball opportunity for Pensacola Christian College. After Fleener gets assisted off the turf, hopefully he'll be okay. Barkas hits the deck as well. And the ball now played on the left wing here for the Lions. They maintain possession by unfolding the rest of their offense. Let's see if the Eagles can provide adequate pressure. They do. Ball now placed on the back line. A lot of pressure there by Gonsalves, and another whistle blowing. I believe the penalty assessed on him. Now on the foot of Simani. Samani plays the middle to Javier Marui.
Looks like an offsides call.
Yeah, the Lions with plenty of jerseys in the box there. A chance for offense. But as you mentioned, an offsides call there by the sideline official. Let's talk about the top goal scorers on each team. For Freed-Hardman men's soccer team, their top goal scorer is number 10, Tabaho Mahala. He has 8 goals along with 6 assists on his season. And the top goal scorer for Pensacola Christian this year, none other than the freshman phenom, Jackson Clark, with 4 goals to his name this year. I don't know if you've seen much of Malaha, but what impresses you about Jackson Clark in his game?
Jackson, he's a very smart player. I like how he plays. Just knows how to read the line, how to get caught, in a good position. Always finding that place, and he has a really nice strike. So
Yes, absolutely.
He's a lot of fun to watch, and him and Lorenzo up top playing together. They have a lot of good moments.
Clark, we mentioned him being a hometown kid. His senior year, 27 goals, along with 11 assists playing for Tate High School.
That's more than my whole career.
Recognized by the Pensacola News Journal as one of the breakout, phenomenal soccer players in the county and also the district as well. Bringing his talents to Pensacola Christian College and making his mark being shown early.
Yes, he is.
Now there's a substitution here for the Lions. Number 14 will take into the game Jay Fishpaw, the junior midfielder from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. A transfer from Croker University in South Carolina. And now just under 20 minutes remaining of game time, with the score equalized at 1 goal apiece. Bundy goes to Clark. Ball played to De Silva. Barkis. A lot of pressure here by the defense of the Lions. But the ball played here to Rhodes. Rhodes with the cross.
Oy.
Rhodes on the foot of Jones. Nobody home. It's almost as if as soon as a player gets to the middle of their box, what a kick there by De Silva. Rockets that one back to Brazil almost. But it's almost as if as soon as someone gets to the middle of their box, everyone slides like bowling pins.
Something like that.
It's almost like when you go to the bowling alley and it has all that oil on the lanes.
Everyone's stumbling.
And as soon as someone steps
The
on
ball's
it,
coming their way, and they just knock over.
that's a ball played there by Jacob Bundy. With that delivery a bit too long. Alamasa with the boot. De Silva keeps the possession alive for Pensacola. Pauliello with a great turn. Pauliello to Clark. Clark will drop it back to Bundy. Jacob Bundy back to Barkis. And as you mentioned before, we aren't forcing the ball down their throats, but we're maintaining possession,
Yep.
which is very prominent and pivotal for the Pensacola offense.
Yeah, that's necessary to build up an opportunity. Sometimes you need those fast breakaways, but a game of soccer is a game of patience. You just got to wait for that opportunity. We're doing a pretty good job here so far, but lots of work ahead.
The last match Pensacola had at home was against Point University. That was actually your first ever time on a broadcast.
Yes, it was.
You did a phenomenal job in
Hey,
that
I
game as
appreciate
well.
it.
And we mentioned the field conditions. The ball rolled and then almost stopped there at the goalie box. The goalie having to come all the way out of his Pacific zone just to grab it. But
Yeah.
imagine if we had one of our players charging the goalie on his way towards the ball. Would have been a great chance to capitalize here for Pensacola. Nonetheless, we maintain possession with 17 minutes remaining in the half. Gonsalves with a ton of space. Goes to Bundy. Bundy pushes forward and plays it to Hawkins. Hawkins
Ooh. Is that
gets
going to be
tripped up in the box. Where is the center official going to place it?
Is that a PK or a free kick?
Let's see. And a stoppage of time, another stoppage of time there for the Lions of Freed-Hardman. Let's go ahead and take a break as well here, Brink. The center official calls the ball right outside the box. What a great opportunity for either Barkis or Hawkins to place something on target. Hawkins launches
Ooh.
it right into the face of the defender. Barkis intentionally puts that out of bounds.
Looks like Chase nailed the kid right in the head going for that shot.
Absolutely. That
didn't look.
that did not look too good at all.
I wouldn't want to be in his position.
And Brink, let's go ahead and take another injury break timeout as the medical professionals come and address his need. Actually, no, I believe he's okay.
Usually you'd call him off the field with a head injury, but
That was absolutely risky. I see what Chase was trying to do there, trying to get it right over.
yeah, he was curling
the
it
wall
around,
and
just
curl it right over to the
didn't
corner.
quite get it over. Yeah, definitely unintentional.
Great intentions on the shots, unintentional on hitting the player. I believe that was a drop ball opportunity for Pensacola. Now 15 minutes remaining in the half of play. And the ball in favor for Hawkins. Hawkins was shot with the shots, no good.
Oh,
I believe that was offsides. I misspoke because I didn't realize how open he was. I really feel bad. But Hawkins there with a shot. Nearly loses his footing, and as we mentioned, this field almost feels like stepping on the bowling alley.
You saw him shoot that, and a bunch of water just sprayed up.
Absolutely.
Kicking in a puddle doesn't work very well.
Absent of water in that situation, possibly could have been a goal.
Very likely.
Here's Pauliello with the attack. Pauliello an attempt to play Jamison Jones. But here's a great run there by Lorenzo Gonsalves. He runs super strong. Runs with force like a freight train.
He's a big
And
guy.
here's Enoch Hoang preparing to check in here for Pensacola. He'll come to relieve Pauliello.
Number 20, Enoch Huang.
Pauliello, a huge portion of the reason why the Eagles were able to get a lot of breakaway points, or at least opportunities towards the goal. The Eagles doing a ton of possession towards the latter half of this half here. Caden.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch.
Jones works on his defender. Goes to Huang. Barkis tries to play Clark. That gets intercepted. Clark plays Hawkins. Hawkins with the shot.
He was feeling that one.
Great idea, but the velocity, angle, and the
It
trajectory
just
in that
kept going
situation
up.
just wasn't in his favor.
Gravity wasn't strong enough.
No, absolutely. Especially, I mean, we've beat this like a dead horse, but the field conditions, we've been mentioning it a lot. In a situation where the field maybe is dry or you can get a good grip with your cleats, that possibly could have been a great shot on frame.
Yeah.
Gonsalves within traffic. Gets it intercepted. De Silva on that back line composed. And here's a ball from Barkis.
I like how we're playing a little more aggressively this second part of the first half. Just trying to see those balls through the middle and see what our strikers can do with it.
Sometimes one thing that's kind of like making me think is like, man, I wonder which box is more wet and slippery, our box or theirs, or are they both just bad?
They both look pretty rough, man. I wouldn't want to be a keeper these days.
Yeah, and just mentioning as well, that's not on the conditions of the field. That's just from the rain that's just absolutely just poured down today.
Facts.
Here's an opportunity as well here for the Lions. Tipped upside, and Hammond with the collection. I mean, you know yourself being a college student at college, when it rains, it pours here.
And you don't always expect it.
No,
Some
absolutely.
days just you see sunshine and nice 80-degree weather, and then the rain just dumps on you.
Yeah, some days you want to go and take your family on a nice walk, and the other days your family will be running in the rain, you know? And so,
Fair
but
enough.
still, but the offense I don't think has been really affected by the weather inclination, but I believe that maybe the passing and just the
it's the build-up.
opportunities and the stability with your footwork definitely has been a toll.
Oh, yeah. It's an adjustment.
Barkis with a near miss controls it and plays it to Huang. Hawkins. Bundy, a lot of pressure here on the back line.
Playing around too much in the back and almost had a bad opportunity.
Very scary opportunity there for the Eagles. Could have easily created an opportunity to split the equalizer for the Lions. Now Paolo Sparks into the game here for the Lions. Jones plays it to Bundy. Bundy with great misdirection plays it middle to Barkis. Love the fact how he didn't telegraph that pass. Great header there by Clark, as well as a touch by Huang. Huang will play Jones.
Good ball in.
Jones, separation with his right foot. Plays it to Reed on the right side. Can we get a cross here? He does.
Oi.
Jones gets a head on it, no good. Huang gets a foot on it and just misses it. Can the Lions counter? Fishpaw gets interrupted by Bundy. Now the throwing opportunity here for the Lions. But Fishpaw with a ton of grass in front of him could have been a very effective counterattack opportunity. Here's Hawkins. Now 10 minutes remaining in this half. Ball played to Gonsalves. Gonsalves, the no-looker to Huang. Huang loses possession. Now just under 10 minutes remaining in this match. Ball played to number 40, Malachi Albrecht, and keeps the possession alive for the Lions. The speedster Lee tricks out his defender as well and loses it.
He loves to run up on his line. Whenever he gets the chance, he's gone.
Very fast. I didn't know he had that.
Yeah, he's a quick one. He'll sneak up on you.
Now 8 minutes remaining in the half here. And just a question of thought here. In a soccer game like this where weather conditions aren't really favorable and offensive possessions aren't really much, I guess, as often as they normally would be, when does fatigue normally kick in as a factor in a match like this?
You just can't let it. No, usually the game's a little slower though, so with the field being kind of slow, so usually it's honestly a benefit like this. You can have a little slower pace, slow it down, and try to keep possession, but yeah.
Clark with the attack on the back line, no good. Albert with options. Barkis with the interruption. Great ball delivered middle. Barkas with space. Hawkins drops it back to Clark. Great, the ball being recycled around the back line. De Silva, he'll play up now. De Silva with space. De Silva with an attack. De Silva with the shot.
Oh,
man.
just Lorenzo.
Wow.
He got sick of waiting around and said, fine, I'll do it myself.
Man. Just broke through the midfield, the defense.
No, he was gone.
He was gone, honestly.
He wasn't having nothing.
And I chuckle not to make fun, but I just wasn't expecting that, honestly. And he gets right back on his line as well, too.
Yeah.
And when I say I wasn't expecting, not just an evaluation of his skill, but just normally a person with that height and length on a soccer player doesn't move as swiftly as that, you know. And
It's like a
just
gazelle.
to see that is quite, like a gazelle almost. It's quite honestly impressive. Man, what a way to get your first college assist, honestly, too. Like
That would be cool.
You just go back and say in the huddle, like, man, I was just tired of you guys just recycling the ball. I just took it myself, honestly.
I got bored of the game.
Like I was just playing in the back with a puddle. And
Decided to do something
decided
else.
to do something. Decided to make some magic happen. Here's De Silva again.
Hey.
Hwang goes to Clark. Had Jones and Gonsalves as options there. Here's Gonsalves on the left wing. And the possession will stay here. Now a very long throw-in opportunity. Here's Lee. Plays it to Hawkins with too strong of a touch.
Yeah, you don't want to turn it over there.
Bundy drops it back to De Silva. Barkas plays it to Jamison Jones with a ton of space. Here's Jacob Bundy with some room and run. Clark with the in-swinger. And an evident foul there called by the center official. Another one that I don't think was intentional.
No,
Hawkins' an attempt to play on the ball.
just trying to get at the ball and leg happened to be there.
Very unfortunate situation there. Don't have a jersey number to who the person that was hurt. We'll get that to you guys momentarily. And might have been number 4, Paulo Sparks. And Alberts with the ball going out of bounds. Did a great job attempting to hide that as well. Now 3:30 even remaining on the half. Ball played to Bundy with space. The Eagles doing a great job possessing the ball, especially in the latter half of this half. But will it eventually lead to points? We will see as now we approach 3 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. Eduardo Almanza with the free kick opportunity. The Eagles already with 1 tie to their name. And the Lions with 2. Great slide tackle there by De Silva, interrupting the pass. And here's a run on the ball here by the Lions. Their first run on the ball in a little bit, honestly. That was number 10, Tabaho Malaha, the leading goal scorer here on this team with 8. And we mentioned 2 goals as well against a very prominent Division II team, Trevecca Nazarene. Chase, you played against in your time playing here at the college against a Division II school in UWF, University of West Florida.
Oh, boy.
And let's just talk about that pace of play on that level of soccer.
Yeah, it's a lot different feeling when you get out there with UWF. You know,
No, absolutely.
Very controlling of the game. You know, they play how they want and they make you play their way. Very technical, very controlled, and they rarely make mistakes. That's the biggest thing.
Hawkins hits the deck. Ball played now to Albert. Clark making a great attacking play on the senior, rather junior midfielder, number 14, Fishpaw. Now number 8, Sibada Simani on the ball. Ball placed in the foot of Seapaw. The Lions with a chance to attack here. Play to Jamison Jones. Now just under a minute remaining, 45 seconds remaining actually. There's 30 seconds remaining. Ball played to Clark. Have you ever seen a buzzer beater in soccer?
Oh, I've seen a couple of those. Those are fun to watch.
Ball played to Jones. Jones.
Stuck in the puddle.
The ball legitimately stuck in the mud. Now 5 seconds remaining. De Silva looking to expire the time, and indeed he does. 1-1 the score. Reed Rhodes equalizing here for Pensacola, and Noah Setterberg with the first goal of the game. And both of those goals were about 7 minutes into the match, but other than that, it's been a pretty organized match before us.
Pretty back and forth, you know. It doesn't seem like one team's a little more dominant than the other. Looks like it's really anybody's game right now, so it'll be interesting to see who comes out second half hungry, ready to get a couple goals.
More Eagles soccer when we come back. Alvin Chapman on the call alongside with Caden Brink. Caden, thank you so much for joining me here tonight. But more soccer will be coming after a quick break from a couple promotional announcements from Pensacola Christian College and also a number of advertisements. Thank you so much, and be back soon for more soccer.
It's a passion that unites us. The heartbeat of everything we do. Since 1974, we've been building, reaching, expanding our limits. And yet today, one thing hasn't changed. Pensacola Christian College empowers leaders to influence the world for Christ.
Choosing a college is so much more than deciding where you're going to live for the next few years. It's choosing a culture, group of people, and academic standard that will shape you into the person you want to become. It's an exciting time, and when you visit campus, it gets even more exciting. It's your moment to get a feel for the atmosphere and community. Catch a game, sit in on classes, visit chapel, make new friends, and so much more. And now you can experience college life your way with multiple visit options. No matter when you come, you'll find a vibrant community influencing the world for Christ. You won't just blend in, you'll belong. So don't wait. See how you can experience PCC today.
Want to get a head start on college? With the online dual enrollment program from PCC, you can do just that. Gain an affordable Christian liberal arts education with a biblical worldview, equipping you for your future degree. Open to rising sophomores and above, dual enrollment students can take up to 6 online courses per year that count toward both high school and college requirements. With over 30 courses offered fall, spring, and summer, choose to lighten your college load and, depending on your major, finish college early. You'll be able to fit courses around your schedule, a perfect way to complete many of your college liberal arts courses before you graduate from high school and step foot on campus. And the best part is, you'll only pay a fraction of what you pay for those same classes if you took them in college. Get a head start on your education today by visiting pcci.edu/dual enrollment.
So sorry, fans at home, for the little bit of an inconvenience there once again with audio. But Alvin Chapman alongside with Caden Brink in the second half of the second home game, rather third home game of the year against NAIA Mid-South Conference Freed-Hardman University. Caden, how was this first half of soccer, and what did you see from both sides?
Yeah, I saw a pretty even first half, kind of back and forth. A lot of possession, a lot of patience, just kind of waiting for our opportunities. Couple of missed opportunities by both teams, but this half it's going to just be about finishing that final execution and getting those goals or those balls in the back of the net. So, pretty good play by both teams so far, but we'll see what happens this half.
Great ball played against Salvis, but unable to capitalize. Just want to say thank you to everyone that's on our audio and visual team, providing this great content for the viewers at home to view the Eagles, Pensacola Christian College, on Eagle Field here tonight. And you mentioned here earlier that, man, this is soccer weather. Am I right there, Caden?
Yes, it is. This is where you want to be, man.
No, absolutely.
Out
because,
on the
man,
pitch.
sometime, like, if it's too hot, it's just having the sun beating down on you. But you have a light breeze, a light cool. So as you're running and playing on the field, the weather's great. Field conditions, not necessarily on the field part,
give and takes,
but it's been a lot of weird skips, a lot of weird bounces here today due to a lot of rain that's happening here today.
Makes it interesting, though.
Makes it a very interesting game.
Yeah, I love this weather. This is probably my favorite soccer weather.
It creates a game of a lot of variables, honestly.
It does. Yeah, unpredictable. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen at all. And we've seen a lot of times where the ball nearly freezes in the goalie's box, which was almost very interesting. Nonetheless, a very good game here at the home of the Pensacola Christian College Eagles, Eagle Field. One thing that was interesting today, I actually broadcasted an ECI Classic soccer game on Grant Field.
Did
for
you?
the first time. Yeah, that was quite interesting. Oh man, I've never. I was not interesting as in weird. But like normally every
different.
game's here. Oh yeah,
Different.
absolutely.
Yep.
We just have such a great view to see almost the entire field. And when you don't have that view, it's like, man, like it's kind of different.
It's kind of hard.
Yeah, very much.
You can't see a lot.
And you're almost squinting at names and numbers, fumbling over other people's last names. And I don't mess up anyone's last names ever.
Never. I've
Come
never
on
heard
now.
you. I've never heard you.
Absolutely. But a great run and a ball set up and collected there by Bryce Hammond. And the ball played to Matthias Lee. Lee nearly trips over a puddle on the back line.
Almost lose the ball, too.
Absolutely.
Out of bounds. That's the unpredictability that we were talking about.
Yeah, plenty of variables in this game. Fortunately, not a lot of rain in this matchup today. Not a lot of downpour or even drizzles, but just the total of the rain of today.
The
Man,
after effects.
all the after effects are definitely shown here on the field today. And some would even look at a situation like this, like, man, like, that's why it's better to play on turf. But, man, that ball, if you play soccer on turf, if you think the ball's skipping now, man, imagine.
Just wait till you get to 2.
No, absolutely. What do you prefer here, Caden? Do you prefer turf or grass, playing soccer?
Yeah, I mean, it depends. Depends on, weather conditions and whatnot. But I typically
What were we going ahead to say again?
I typically like the grass fields, just that natural feeling, Easier on the legs when you're sliding, which I do often. So.
Oh, absolutely, especially you playing that center back position.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go ahead and look at both teams' defenses since you're more of a defensive guy.
Okay.
Go ahead and give both teams a grade of how well they're playing defensively today.
No, again, I think they both played pretty well. Few mistakes here in the back line, passing it back to the keepers without communication and whatnot. But overall, throughout the whole game, it's been pretty solid. Like I said, just a few mistakes that led to goals.
And almost like both goals were miscues on the defense.
Exactly. Yep. I mean, both teams came out not really heads in the right place, and things happen. But they moved forward, and it looks like kind of cleaned up those mistakes, and now we got ourselves a good game here.
An equalized match here before us. Now the Lions attacking. Ball placed through.
Oh, boy.
Now a chance for a goal! And just over the bar. Man,
We got lucky there.
that was Muchaka. Almost getting his 5th goal on this season. And that opportunity, Noah Settelberg, the first person to score here for the Lions. And Reed Rhodes playing a little mixture of winger, midfielder due to this new formation of the 3-5-2. But Reed Rhodes is a great guy to put on that
Yes, he
sweeper
is.
midfielder position.
He's a workaholic.
No, absolutely.
He works hard, and yeah, that's a good place for him because he's on both sides of the field all the time, you know, wherever you need him. He's willing to do the dirty work.
Absolutely. And two of his brothers played here previously. Vermont Rhodes, if any of you guys were here for the early portions of that broadcast, saw him celebrate with his brother on his goal. And a penalty assessed by the center official. That one a bit obvious as well, almost interrupting a scoring opportunity as well for the Lions. That's Tabaho Malaha shaking up on the play. Sets up a free kick opportunity here for the Lions. And a wall here for the Eagles. A goal here will give the Lions the advantage. Can Pedro bend it over the wall to no avail? A lot of ricochet in that situation.
Bouncing back
Ball
and forth.
going back and forth.
Hard to follow that.
Especially at the speed it was going
Yeah,
back
it
and
was.
forth. Got a bullet from Pedro. And then deflected off of the back line of the Eagles. And then a quick header. Don't even know if he was intending to head it towards the goal, but it had a shot there.
Yeah, dude.
Lee works it down the line to Rhodes. Can he get to the ball? He does. We've seen Rhodes create a lot of offense, drawing a lot of attention, driving the ball down the right side and swinging it middle. He's had 4 assists by doing that exact 1-2 play. We've seen it twice in that first opening match against Toccoa Falls. And he did it again to give Jackson Clark his 4th goal of the year. De Silva sends it all the way to the keeper. Lee with space. Off his line, will play it to Clark. Here's a ball played. And De Silva cutting off the tracks there. There's a ball played inside. And a collision there. That went well inside the box. But one thing that's difficult for the officiating today is telling what's intentional and what's not.
Yeah. No, you can't keep track of everything. But so far, I think the center official, the whole official crew has done a pretty good job keeping the game under control.
Ball swung middle. Broken up by Christensen, who recently checked in. Pauliello with a quick pass to Clark. And a ball
Good
played
ball
for
in.
Gonsalves. Gonsalves, can he track it down? And a slide tackle that gets no call for the Lions defense. Seems pretty clean on my end. What's your call there, Caden?
Definitely a clean tackle. I mean, he got ball first and didn't really get much body, so that was a good defensive tackle.
Great ball. Inside. Nearly interrupted. A number of ricochets. Now the ball plates number 44, Brandon Carrillo. Carrillo with 5 assists to his name this year. Give him 3 goals as well. Rhodes.
It's another miscommunication there.
The best way to avoid miscommunications, you know what you got to do?
You got to talk.
Got to talk. And that's something that is a blanket statement across any sport, any working environment,
Definitely.
any ministry. One thing that we don't have the ability to do is read minds. And even though sometimes where you can kind of predict
You
where your
expect.
teammates or expect where your teammate is going,
Yep.
the best way to avoid communication,
Let them know what you're doing.
let them know what you're doing. Or if you want to put yourself in a situation where maybe you want to let your teammate know what you're doing and maybe not know let your opposition know what you're doing, maybe have small cues or hand gestures or something.
Definitely.
But in that situation, especially with them being so close to us, hardly any communication between Jamison Jones and Reed Rhodes at all. That ball cleared out. Pauliello will play Lee. Lee will cross it. And the safekeeping now of the keeper. And a great stop there by Christensen. That was actually Rhodes.
Ooh.
Hawkins preparing to check back into the competition as well. Pauliello plays it to Barkas, doing a great job keeping possession, maintaining his balance as well. Making that easier than it looks. Ball played inside the box. An attempt to regather himself. Here's a shot from Clark. And a brilliant stop there by the keeper. Clark was going absolute corner of the goal.
Yeah, I think that was the first look of the second half. Not a bad look, just get it on frame and see what happens with this. Keep it low.
Great stop there by De Silva. Lee with a great turn on the ball. Lee drops it back to De Silva. That could have been bad. And De Silva interrupts another play.
Back on the ground.
That mistake could have been costly, I tell you.
Good thing he's a big guy. Cover a lot of ground.
A lot of ground, a lot of air, too.
Yes.
Here's De Silva with the big ball played to the left wing. Jones with a run, and I believe he hits a fan. Hopefully they're okay. Now Hawkins will come check into the game for Christensen.
Subbing in for the Eagles, number 8, Chase Hawkins.
Chase Hawkins, the attacking midfielder. What were some things that you appreciate about Chase Hawkins' game?
Chase, he's another one of those hard-working players. You can always rely on him to, even if he's having a bad game, you know, he's going to give it his all. He's going to work hard, and he's going to put on a good show for us. But
An attempt to save the ball going out of bounds. Now a quick switch of possession here. Now another substitution looking to come into the game here for Freed-Hardman University. That's number 17. David Ocanti, the junior midfielder. Here's an attacking opportunity interrupted briefly. Here it comes. The Lions again. As you mentioned, De Silva covering up a lot of ground, disrupting that first attempt.
Yes, he is. No, Freed-Hardman has quite a bit of opportunities this second half. Just haven't quite taken advantage of it, but it's looks like they've had a lot of opportunities.
Kane, let's turn back the pages of our mind to your first ever broadcast where the Eagles were up significantly going into the second half of the game against Point University. Are the Eagles playing like that second half where they faltered the lead? Here comes a shot, and it's good! Off the corner kick try. That's number 3, Hugo Luca.
Well, they better not be playing like that now.
No,
now
absolutely.
that they're down a goal.
Luca just available on the back end of the corner kick and just blasted it right into a corner, getting absolute netting and a 1-point advantage here for the Lions.
Yeah, just like we were talking, corner kicks can be very
lethal.
very dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they took advantage of that one and found the right guy.
The Eagles so far 1-1 at home. First win 4-0 against Toccoa Falls College. The second game was their first loss. That was against Point University 3-2 after having an advantage of 2-1, 2-0 into the first half. Here's Clark. Maintains possession somehow. The last time the Lions scored, the Eagles scored nearly 2 minutes afterwards, very swiftly.
We'll see if we can do that
Equalizing the
again.
game. Unfortunately, the Eagles have never led in this match at all, though. Have either drawed or played from behind this entire time. Pauliello sends a shot inside. Rather a pass inside, but that went a bit long. Almanza plays it short. Here's another opportunity here for the Lions. And a great ball played. Hammond out of his box. A slippery slope here for the Lions. Here's a shot. Just above the post. Productive counterattack there. Go ahead and continue
Yeah,
what you
no,
were
I
saying.
was just gonna say the Eagles need to pick it up a little bit. You know, playing in a 1-goal deficit. You gotta have that sense of urgency. You know, second half, 27 minutes left in the half. You know, you gotta start creating opportunities. So hopefully we see here a little bit more aggression towards the Eagles.
Absolutely. We mentioned they haven't led at all in this game. And let's equalize rather at 1 apiece for majority of the match. Now the Eagles trail by 1 after the goal by Hugo Luca. After nailing in a terrific shot off the corner kick opportunity. Great pressure there by Lorenzo Gonçalves. Now here's pressure by Clark. De Silva keeps it alive. Here's another attacking opportunity here for the Lions.
It's Swiss.
Lee works quickly. Gonçalves loses possession. Ocante, rather. De Silva loses it. Ocante with a great ball played there to number 20, Evan Bailey. Rather, that's number 30, Visante Georgie. Now 25 minutes remaining in the match, and the chance for the Eagles to equalize. Great ball draped down for Brandon Carleo. He has 5 assists so far, nearly 6 in that opportunity. But a great stop by the back line of Pensacola. But as we mentioned, the Lions playing a lot more offensively aggressive in this half.
Yeah, the big difference is the Eagles just are playing a little too direct right now. They're not keeping possession, and because of that, you know, Freed-Hardman's getting a lot more opportunities. So we got to have that urgency, but yet keep that controlled pace.
There's a long throw-in opportunity here for the Lions. Now 24 minutes remaining. Caden, if you're Coach Joe, what are you telling your guys here in this situation?
Yeah, like I was saying, we got to have that urgency. Freed-Hardman's going to be trying to slow the game down a little bit, taking their times on things. But we just got to have that urgency, create those opportunities, and stop giving up so much opportunities on our defensive half.
You mentioned urgency. Is there any urgency in this Eagles team, especially after the breaking of the equalizer by Luka?
Yeah, there seems to be some urgency. It's just misplaced a little bit. It's kind of a little chaotic urgency.
Chaotic urgency. Go ahead and describe that. That's a really, really good word. I like that.
No, it's just we're urgent in the sense that we're playing hard, we're playing quick, we're trying to get to goal, but just a little too forced, a little too direct.
So it's almost as in we're being very reactive to their moves. We aren't proactive in creating any offense for us. We were very proactive towards the latter half of that first half of play.
Yeah. Sometimes to be more urgent or to be create better opportunities, you have to still slow it down.
Oh, absolutely.
And, keep that possession. So know when to be aggressive and play those long balls. But
here's Malaha behind the free kick opportunity. Can he get number 9? No, he can't. What happened there, Caden?
I'm not quite sure.
I'm not quite sure either.
Maybe it was he took too much time, so the ref's trying to speed it up.
Don't think
not
the
quite
Lions sideline's pretty sure either. We're just going to keep on
Hey.
going, Caden.
We'll take it.
The Eagles regain possession here. Here's Barkis. Plays Jones. De Silva goes to Lorenzo Gonçalves. Gonçalves to Hawkins. Back to Gonçalves. Gonçalves goes to Hawkins. And the Lions batted out of bounds. 2 substitutions prepared here for Pensacola. Number 26, Justin Loveland, preparing to come into the game, as well as Ho Wang preparing to come back into the contest, along for Pauliello and Jameson Jones. Justin Loveland, a freshman from Waxhaw, North Carolina, playing the offensive position of the midfield. Here's the cross. A second attempt. No one home. Hwang can't stay on his feet. Rather Lee
Oy.
Now 20 minutes remaining in the match. Ball draped down the sideline. Played middle. Great passing here by the Lions.
Ooh.
And collected by Hammond. Ball nearly disappeared from his grasp. But another shot on goal here for the Lions. Barkas will play it
Ooh,
to
good ball,
Gonsalves,
Fu.
rather Clark.
Ooh.
A near breakaway opportunity.
So you got to take advantage of that. Being down, you know, you get limited breakouts. Can't be turning that over.
A loss today for Pensacola will be their second defeat in a row. Also their second defeat at home. Ball played, but that goes out of bounds for the Lions. Now just under 20 minutes remaining. Hwang and attempts to tip the ball. And the Lions batted out of bounds, making now a corner kick opportunity here for Pensacola. The Lions scoring on their last corner kick opportunity. That was Hugo Luca converting on that one. Here's Hawkins. If you're Hawkins, where are you placing this ball?
Wherever Boaz is right at this point, honestly. He's our big target.
Goes inside.
Ooh.
I believe Boaz rather got a hand on it, but to no avail.
He found his head, but
Here's Almanza. Here's Loveland. Possession will remain with the Lions.
I like the aggression the Eagles are showing right here. Putting pressure on every single guy, just trying to make mistakes. You recognize, you know, limited minutes down, left.
Now a one-on-one opportunity with the keeper. Cross a bit too late. You see the amount of dirt that picked up after that. Wow. Shot on target to no good.
That was a series of events right there.
And the ball played for Gonsalves gets intercepted. I believe now Boaz de Silva slow to get up. And as the medical coverage comes out, we will step aside. De Silva now off the field. Now we're back with action. Here's Hwang. Hawkins plays the ball to Clark. Clark cuts back, loses possession. Another empty opportunity here for Pensacola. Chris Martinez into the game now here for Pensacola. Now 16 minutes even remaining on the match. Hwang. A switching of possessions here, but now the Eagles have it. Now they lose it. Right now we're approaching the 15-minute mark in this match. Is that enough time to not even just equalize, but even win this contest?
Plenty of time. I mean, we've learned from last week what can happen in just a short few minutes.
Oh, absolutely.
So, obviously, the Eagles have a lot of things to adjust, but if we put in the work and we start connecting those passes, I think we have a good opportunity.
Well, is the offense of momentum actually just trending in the right direction here for Pensacola, though?
Yeah, I think it is. Again, a lot to work on, but if we can just be controlled and get it under control.
Jamison Jones back into the contest here for Pensacola. Jones with one shot on frame, playing a total of 69 minutes in this contest. And a great ball played over the center back's head. But Martinez will clear it. Another opportunity, a near one-on-one opportunity with the keeper there as we're breaching 4 minutes remaining.
14, rather. Yeah, it's not ideal to be having the possession on our defensive half. We're trying to catch back up.
I'll be honest with you, I've had to like actually sit down and look at the monitor to see these players' names. I can hardly see back of the jerseys here.
Yeah, it's getting dark.
Getting dark, a lot of mud on shirts. Here's an opportunity here. Great stop there by Hwang. Hwang plays it to Clark. Okante. What's a fancy delivery? They can't keep it in bounds. Two balls now on the field in this play. Martinez with the throw-in. Hawkins with the fancy pass, no one home. Here's Martinez. Ball played, intended target, Jackson Clark. Martinez will switch fields here. And Bundy keeps it in bounds. Here's Barkis. We'll take an aggressive shot here, way wide right, rather left. We saw the shot he took a number of weeks ago from basically his dormitory and scores it with ease.
Subbing in for the Eagles, number 30, Boaz da Silva.
Boaz da Silva back into the contest here for Pensacola. Glad he's doing fine. Barkis in traffic, goes to Hawkins. Hawkins will launch off a defender. Hawkins with space again. Hawkins trips up just outside the 18 as well.
This is the perfect opportunity the Eagles needed. You know, not a whole lot of offense going. Get aggressive near the box, and, you know, the defense going to have to try to work and draw that foul. So we'll see what we can do here.
Here's Barkis, the leg behind the free kick opportunity. And here's a wall made by the Lions. An attempt to take away a lot of these angles. Can Barkis deliver? Way too strong. A very tall wall there by the Lions. A number of players here over 6 foot. Not crazy tall, but that does change the launch angle of the shot there, Brink.
It does.
Here's Clark. Clark gets past one man and loses possession. Here's a counterattack opportunity. Albrecht will cross it. One more pass. And into the mud pit the ball goes. Ball played to Rhodes, but collected by Albrecht. Da Silva will hold on to it. And he loses possession. O'Candy drives it left, crosses it, and good! Goal number 3.
Yeah, you can tell the Eagles' back line are getting a little defeated. They've been worked really hard this game, and, you know, a little bit of frustration there. A couple players with looks like minor injuries trying to play through it, but just a mistake on that end line.
That's Malaha actually on the goal. That's his 9th goal of the year. 9 goals in only 11 matches. That's impressive.
That is.
Having himself a very impressive season. Tabo Malaha, the junior midfielder. Gonçalves will attack. Barkis will play the right side. A very difficult match, and we even mentioned before the talent behind this Lions team. 7-2-2 on the year, only 2 losses, and a tremendous, impressive win against Trevecca Nazarene. The Eagles, as we mentioned, 4-4-1 on the season. Here comes the cross, no good, and batted back by the defense. And we mentioned already them being down 2-1. Is it still possible? Frank, I got to ask you again. 3-1 looks like a very difficult deficit, a deficit they even face playing against a highly contender and even, I dare say, rival Bob Jones University. But is it even possible with less than 10 minutes to even equalize, let alone win this game?
I mean, the way we're playing right now, it doesn't seem likely. But if we pick it up, you know, clean up those passes, kind of play a little more aggressive, and we could do it. I mean, I think the score doesn't really display the competitiveness of this game for the most part.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was even mentioning with Danny Vidal, a former athlete here on the soccer team, how the score oftentimes in soccer doesn't normally dictate the narrative of the aggressiveness of the match.
Yeah.
Lee goes to Hawkins. Go ahead and say what you were saying, though, brother.
No, I was just going to say, first half, it was pretty back and forth, but it seemed like we kind of had a little more domination. We looked like the better team the first half, even though we drawed 1-1. Second half, I don't know, we just kind of fell apart a little, and they picked us apart in our weaknesses, in our weak moments. So that's kind of the difference of the game right now.
Lee goes to Barkis. Barkis plays Rhodes. Rhodes not able to get a good run on the ball. Now just under 6 minutes remaining in the match. Great array of passing there. Here's Lee. Lee, an attempt to cross it. No good. Lee with a great turn on the ball. Lee goes to Clark. Clark, not with the strongest pass there. De Silva. Goes to Lee. Lee with a long ball. No one home. I think Reed Rhodes was available, but surrounded by 2 maroon jerseys.
Yeah, it seems like we're just kind of having a couple of desperation plays. Trying to just see if we can make something happen real quick, but so far made nothing out of it.
Almanza with the big clearance. We mentioned this game was equalized at 1 apiece, especially going towards the half. Where did the slope begin to make its decline for the Eagles?
Yeah, I think it was start of second half. It was pretty good pace back and forth. We gave away an early goal in the second half, and that just kind of took away our. Just kind of messed up our play, you know, got us off our game, and yeah, 1 goal lead led to another, and that's where we are at right now.
Here's Jamison Jones running towards the corner. Well, you mentioned the fact that the Eagles maintained playing with urgency, but the type of urgency was different. A bicycle kick opportunity!
Oh, my word.
Off the bar and no good for the Eagles. Jones will fire. Wow. A little excitement for the crowd, but another frustrating, empty offensive opportunity here for Pensacola. Almanza with the big boot. Great behind the back pass there. Great ball played. Hammond out of his box, and another goal. Very great goal there by number 40, Malachi Albrecht. And the slope continues its decline.
Yeah. That's not what you want to see for the Eagles, you know. I get it, you're down, you know, it was a rough game, rough second half, but, you know, you got to keep your head up and you got to keep playing. And right now we just seem to be just so defeated that, you know, just making silly mistakes.
We mentioned the fact that, and I want to ask you again, is it possible at 2 minutes? I could probably answer this one for you. Probably not.
You never know.
But the second defeat in a row here for Pensacola Christian College is a brewing at the conclusion of the time as it expires. It is also the second loss that we face at home as well. This one not in the greatest of fashions as well. And as I mentioned, I love equating things to basketball. And so the way I equate this, and there goes an opportunity for points here in the box. Clark fires, no good. And an evident miss there on the back side. That was as open as day. But I love comparing things to basketball. I always equate one goal as 10 points. And so maybe a 1-0 game is a 10-0 game. A 1-2 game is a 10-2, a 20-10 game.
Yeah.
But if we're looking at a goal right here, man, 4-1, making it in basketball terminology a 30-point deficit or a 3-goal loss at home.
Yeah. No, lots of work ahead of the Eagles. But, again, it's another learning lesson, another battle fought, but you got to take something out of it, move forward, and, you know, work harder the next game.
The Eagles' schedule does not get any easier from here. Enterprise State Community College is the next opponent on their schedule. And after that, Belhaven University, a respectable Division III opponent. Both of those games at home. And in senior night, Dallas Christian College as the next match following. 3 home games in a row. While the Eagles so far are scoreless, rather winless on their own home turf.
Yeah, it's a frustrating feeling, you know.
That one hits the table there for the statisticians. The time continues to expire. And Caden, another disappointing loss here for Pensacola. Losing 1-3 to our rival, as we mentioned, Bob Jones University. I wouldn't necessarily say rival, but high challenger in the South region.
Yeah.
And now we fall again to a very honestly respectable Freed-Hardman
that's a respectable team.
soccer club.
I think the way that we lost to them wasn't the way we'd want to. I mean, there's a difference between going out, you know, fighting and just kind of going out defeated. And
Absolutely.
I think today we kind of, I don't know, just didn't have that urge and didn't have that drive, and you know that's what happens.
Jason Elliott is the head coach here for this Lion squad. He's been coaching for 24 years, a part of the first inaugural team for the Lions. Actually even scored their first goal as well for the program. His team improves to 8-2-2 as the Eagles now decline to just under 500 in the record, 4-5-1. Any takeaways here from a match like this, and possibly how can after a match like this can the Eagles recover?
Yeah, like I said, I mean it's the first half of the season, so they got lots of time to make improvements, make little changes here and there. I know we've dealt with injuries and players not being able to play and whatnot, but we just gotta fight through it, and you just gotta have that grit, you just gotta have that hard work to move forward, to not give up, and yeah.
Tabo Malaha gets his 9th goal of the year, and Reed Rhodes adds another one to his resume as well. The Eagles, as we mentioned, losing this match 4-1. A solemn reigning ninth here at the Nest. Not a lot of celebrations so far this season at home. But we'll be back next week, next Thursday. Actually, I'm so sorry. Next Friday against Enterprise State Community College. Alvin Chapman, and I believe Caden Brink will be on the call for that game as well if you're available.
We'll see,
absolutely. Man. But fans, I don't thank you so much for tuning in to the Nest, home of the Pensacola Christian College Eagles. We'll be signing off. Have a great day and a great remainder of your weekend.